To all my subscribers out there, I am struggling with a cold at the moment, so you are going to have to bear with me in this video today. For that, let's get into the video. Hello to you, my fellow Gooners, and welcome to Arsenal TV. This is my preview for Arsenal versus Man United for New Year's Day at the Emirates Stadium at 8 o'clock kickoff. Now, what do we know about Arsenal at the moment? Well, Arsenal are currently 12th in the Premier League at the moment with 24 points. Now, Arteta has recently come in as a new head coach, but Mikel Arteta has seen Arsenal just win 1 point from their last two games. It was a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth, and then we lost 2-1 last time out against Chelsea. Now, Arsenal have a poor run of form at the moment, with only winning one game from 12 in the Premier League, and that is really bad at the moment. Now, this season, Arsenal have also lost 4 home games in a row, and that's our worst run of form since 1959. So Arsenal need to get back to winning ways, especially at home as well, and it's going to be very, very tough. But under Mikel Arteta at the moment, I can see there is improvements, especially if you look at in terms of the Chelsea game. I don't think Arsenal put a foot wrong, apart from that, it was just individual mistakes, like Bertolino making a mistake coming off his line, and also Mustafi letting Tammy Abraham turn on him. I think that's what really let us down. But in terms of Arteta, I can see what he's trying to implement to Arsenal. I can see what sort of style of play that he wants to play, which is, get onto a transition very, very quickly and counter-attack the opposition. I can see with the high pressing, the triangular formation, the pressing to try and get possession back as quickly as possible. So I can see improvements. But we need to start picking up the 3 points. It seems to me at the moment Arsenal are more or less in a relegation battle than trying to get top 4. At the moment, I think for me, top 4 is dead. I don't think that we are going to get top 4. If anything, now I'm more or less looking at top 6, and I think that Europa League will be our only option in securing Champions League football for next season. But maybe coming out of European football next season wouldn't be such a bad idea. I know we'll lose money, and it'll be very difficult to try and get new players in, because every player wants European football. But maybe it's a good idea for us to come out of it and try and sort the mess out, try and get the players together again, and sort out what sort of team we are under Mikel Arteta. But let's end the year with a win. As we know, it's New Year's Eve, so come on, Arsenal, we've got to get the win tonight. We have to. In terms of Man United, well, Man United have had a similar start to the 19 and 20 season of the Premier League, but they have turned things around very quickly under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, Man United are currently sitting 5th in the Premier League table, and they're only 4 points behind Chelsea for that 4th spot. Now, last time out, Man United got a 2-0 win over Burnley, and away from home. And as we know, it's not easy getting a win against Burnley. We all know it's not easy. But they are in the same similar position as Arsenal, but they've seemed to have turned things quicker to what Arsenal have. Now, Man United have only lost 1 game out of a possible 9 in the Premier League at the moment. And yeah, I don't think that Man United are the same as they used to be. I know that there's a lot of players that are not going to be travelling to the Arsenal game, i.e. Paul Pogba. There's rumours saying that he hasn't travelled. McTominay, I don't think he's going to be travelling, so they are losing out on a few players. I know Marcus Rashford will definitely, he's got his mojo back and starting to get Man United into the scoring line again. So it'd be very, very nice to see what he can do. Maybe he might be able to come to the Emirates and score a couple of goals for him, but I've got no problem about Man United. I think that under Mikel Arteta, I think we'll be able to get the job done, and that's what I intend to happen. But let's not forget Man United have a good record against the top 6 sides in the Premier League. Now, I think we all know last time out when Arsenal played against Man United on the 30th of September this year, away from home, we got a point, and it wasn't a bad point to take away, but that game we should have won. We should have won that game. And if you remember, the last time we played against Man United at home was on the 10th of March, and we ended up getting a 2-0 win. So maybe it's not ideal, but I think in previous years we've had some good records, good results against Man United. But on paper, it looks to me that Man United might be the winners of this game. But let's not think like that. So guys, with that said, I'm going to get into my predicted lineup for this game. There's changes in here that I would go with, and I think there's one change that I would go with. But apart from that, everything else is what I think that Arteta will go with. So starting off in goal, and that is Bernd Leno. Against Chelsea, I don't think he was tested enough. People will say about the mistake that he made for coming off of his goal line and trying to clear the ball from the corner. But to be quite honest, I'm not going to put that on him, because he's the goalkeeper that's kept us out of trouble a very, very long time. He's made 78 saves this season in the league. So maybe one mistake, that's fine. So I've got no problem with having Bernd Leno. So I'm going to go with Bernd Leno in goal. I'm going to go to the defensive area, the flat four. First off, at right back, it's going to be Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now, against Chelsea, I don't think he played too bad. He looked very sharp. He went into the tackles, to the interceptions when needed, cleared the ball when needed. But I think a lot of the old habits will seem to come in. I do hope that Ainsley Maitland-Niles puts in another good performance. So I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Playing at left back is going to be Bukayo Saka. Now, it's not ideal to have Saka at left back, but we've got no other choice because both of our fullbacks are injured. So Saka against Chelsea, I think he played quite well. Did what he had to do in terms of defensively. Aubameyang helped him, give him that support. And he got forward quite well as well when needed to. So I've got no problem. Saka goes in that position. Playing as the two centre-halves. First off, I'm going to go with Mustafi. The only reason why I'm going with Mustafi, I don't know the circumstances on Socrates. I think he's still got concussion at the moment. And with Mustafi, he just made that one mistake against Chelsea. And I think that it did cost us the game. But that's always been Mustafi. And I don't think he's going to be here come January. So we'll have to do with what we've got. So I'm going to go with Mustafi. Playing alongside him is going to be David Luiz. I don't think David Luiz had a bad game against Chelsea. Put in a much better performance. Very, very solid. Very commanding. Cleared the ball out of the danger zone when needed to. I think he played very, very well. And I'm hoping for the same against Man United. So I'm going to go with David Luiz. We're going to go to the midfield area. To City front. First off, I'm going to go with Lucas Torreira. Absolutely immense against Chelsea. I think he played absolutely out of his skin. He really did play well. Tracked back, helped the forwards when needed to, and helped the defence when needed to as well. His interceptions was brilliant. His positioning was brilliant as well. And I think he was one of the standout players against Chelsea. So more of the same, please, Lucas Torreira. So I'm going to go with Torreira. Playing alongside him is going to be Guendouzi. Against Chelsea, I don't think Guendouzi played too badly. Maybe he could have done a little bit better. But I think just to hold... He's still a young player, but I think we still need someone that's good enough to play alongside Torreira. But Guendouzi will do the job for now. So I'm going to go with Guendouzi. We're going to go to the attacking area, the three sit in front. First off, out on the right, I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. I want to see Nicolas Pepe play. I want to see him play. Why was Freddie Ljungberg not playing him? Why is Mikel Arteta not playing him? I don't see what's going on. And I think that with having Mikel Arteta as the manager, I think he could get the best out of Nicolas Pepe, because you only have to look at the way Raheem Sterling was for Man City. And everyone was saying that if it wasn't for Mikel Arteta, Sterling wouldn't be the player what he is today. So I think that he would be able to help Pepe to become the best player that he can be. So I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. Player that onto the left-hand side is going to be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He got a goal against Chelsea, and the only goal against Chelsea. But yeah, where would we be if we didn't have him? Now, people would say sell him if needed to, but in this day and age in football, most top strikers now are in their 30s. So it's going to be very, very hard to find a young, talented goal scorer. So do we really need to sell Aubameyang? No. I know Aubameyang has got, what, 12, 13 goals, I believe, 12 or 13 goals now in the league. So he's doing the job. And I still believe that he will be able to get the Golden Boot this season because he's chasing for it. So I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Playing in the number 10 role, in the middle, in that freedom role, I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil. Outstanding against Chelsea, played absolutely brilliant. Now, if you give Mesut Ozil that freedom role where he can go anywhere within that final third, he's untouchable, he's unplayable, he's absolutely brilliant. And when Mikel Arteta has played alongside Ozil before, he knows what Ozil is capable of doing. You look at the little flicks and the stuff like that, like he done against Chelsea. This is the Ozil that we know. And he's created so many chances against Chelsea. So I want more of the same. So I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil. Played up front as a leading striker is going to be Alexandre Lacazette. Lacazette for me against Chelsea, you can't fault his work rate. His work rate was absolutely top notch, was absolutely brilliant. But I just feel he's lacking that bit of confidence. And I think it showed by where he got that, where Aubameyang got that cross into Lacazette. It's just that first touch that let him down. Because I think he was trying to control the ball and then shoot. But if he was that confident, maybe within the first touch he will have scored. But I've got no doubt. I've got no doubt about Lacazette because his work rate, his hold-up play really does help us in that final third. So that's what I'm going to go with, Alexandre Lacazette. So guys, that has been the preview. That has been my predicted lineup for this game. Let me know in the comments box, as always, do you agree or do you disagree? If not, what will you keep, what you change, and let me know of your predicted score. I'm going to go with a Arsenal 2-1. So guys, that's it. The last video of 2019. And I would just like to say to all my subscribers out there and the people that have joined Arsenal TV is a happy new year to you all, and I hope that 2020 will be good enough to you and hopefully you have a healthy and wealthy year. If you are new to Arsenal TV, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you do not miss another video. Making sure you're hitting that like button, which is very, very important, and making sure you are leaving your comments below. Guys, until my next video, I will see you a lot soon. I'm out of it.